You guys have it up at home? I gotta go do it. All right. So as we take a look at the point 4, we talked last week about this being the x-axis, this being the y-axis, and that when we work with the coordinate system, the x-axis always comes first. The x-axis, in this case, going to the right, the y-axis being our value going up. And of course, if I'm writing, you're writing. And we'll make a table of our 4 points so that we have our information down for that. In this case, our x-axis is represented by what? A. And our y-axis is represented by what? So if we look at point A, what is the age of the person? 10. What is the shoe size of A? Jonathan? Pardon? 6. Any question where that information came from? And if we look at point B, what is the age of the person? 10. And the shoe size? 8. They have big feet? Okay. No, it's a shoe size. Size 8. Size 8. And C, the age? 20. And the shoe size? 12. And D, the age? 40. And the shoe size, Ava? Any question where any of those numbers came from? Anybody? Okay. All right, so now we take a look at our clues. The adults are Tara and Jim. What does that tell us? Jonathan?
The C and D are adults.
Okay, so it's C and D, all right? Clue 2, Jim is older than Tara. What does that tell us? Pardon? D? Pardon? Jim would have to be D, okay? All right. So that means what else?
I was going to say, because minus 40 by 20 is C who's older.
Okay, but do we need to subtract?
No.
Okay. What else does that tell us?
Here,
Tara has to be C then. Okay. Number 3, Ken's feet are bigger than Chad's feet. Ken's feet are bigger than Chad's feet. Jonathan.
So, his has to be D
Because?
because his feet is bigger than, Chad's,
And?
and Chad's is
Chad is 8.
8.
A?
A here, the owner is left, so B has bigger feet than A, so he has to be 10.
Okay. So that would be 8. This would be 6 because 8 is greater than 6. So Ken is B and Chad is A. All right. So include 2. We said Jim was 40 and Tara was 20. We want to include that. All right, number 1, which point represents Jim? Adam? D. How old is Ken? 10. What size shoe does Tara wear?
12.
How much older than Chad is Ken?
0.
Questions on that? Anybody? Okay. Five and 6 then. Make sure that you show a table. Make sure you show additional work beyond the table. A lot of you didn't show additional work beyond the table last week. I am not going to be as lenient with grading if you don't this week. Does that make sense? Questions on that? When is it due?
Friday.
Friday, Friday. Let's take a look at the math writing next, please. We should be on the side that is page 63 at the bottom. On this one, we're making up a multiplication problem where the answer is 3. The answer is 3. We're looking at the information on the signage down here. We're trying to come up with a multiplication problem where the answer is 3. Where the answer is 3. $1.30 times 2. that what you said?
We'll multiply.
$1.30 times 2 is $2.60. $1.50 times 2 is $3. So what are you wanting to buy? Dinner rolls. How many dinner rolls do you want to buy? 2 dozen dinner rolls?
What? No.
2 what?
It's like,
Did you say 2 dozen? What did you say? She said 2 dozen dinner rolls. We're going to need to work that into our story problem. All right. What's our equation going to be? What's our equation going to be? 2 times 12 is 3? No.
150 times 2 equals
What's M going to stand for? If you define our variable, what's M going to stand for? Ezra. Pardon? More than just dinner rolls. That. Question. Not the amount of dinner rolls. Not the dinner rolls she buys. Money spent on dinner rolls would be
or cost of dinner rolls.
a big cost. Uh-huh. We could have said cost. I do want us to use this because that was already mentioned. Does that make sense? Where does that come from?
It comes from the dinner rolls and it's so what? It's called dinner rolls for $1 and it's 2 of them. So in that case, our total was $34.
Okay, all right. Where does dozen come from? Where does dozen come from? 12 equals a dozen, okay? There's a lot of transference of understanding here. If we use the word dozen, it transfers over to knowing 12. Does that make sense? It transfers over to understanding that we got 12 for $1.50. There's a lot of understanding of dozen and 12 was for $1.50. So it's not just we're telling our reader every detail. You have to understand all of the information. Okay? Does that make sense? So up the ante on being able to read a story problem and have some understanding about telling your reader absolutely every detail. Here is exactly what you have to know. The reader has to have some background knowledge. Okay? Let's write the story problem using this information somehow. Okay? Jonathan. I'm sorry? Did you want me to come give you a massage? Is that what you're looking for, Jonathan? Or you need to go to the office? Huh?
I don't know.
You don't know? Can you function or not? You can't function. You need to go to the office. Jonathan, you need to go to the office? Is that a yes? I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll stop class so you can go to the office. All right. You guys figure out how we need to start this story problem. I write him a pass. you know if you're looking for, something. I was gonna refuse that one, okay? There's only so much I'll do here. All right. Johnson, is it Owen or Ann? Thank you. Come on back. All right, I think you've got a fabulous storyline. A fabulous one. Fabulous. Yes. What's your fabulous storyline?
Nancy went to
Who?
Nancy.
Nancy. Okay.
Went to a store.
And what store was this?
Bakery.
Bakery. Uh-huh.
She saw Princess Go for $1.80.
I'm listening to what you're saying. These words are going on my telephone.
She told the Princess Go for $1.50. She got together and she did one.
Because I can hardly catch my breath on this run-on sentence here. So we need to get a little more concise. Can you just give me the first sentence? Nancy went to Buffalo's Bread Box.
She saw $12 for $1.50, so she got two.
Wait a minute. And saw a sign for what?
So I walked in the house for $1.50.
And saw what?
So she got two. That's what she did.
Wait a minute. Stop it. Stop it. I just want one sentence from you. One. What did she see? From what?
12 dinner rolls for $1.50.
There we go. Stop right there. Boom. That's one sentence. Nancy went to Buffalo's Bread Box and saw a sign what else did you say? Because I got so lost in that run-on that. That said. Okay. 12 rolls for $1.50. Boom. All right. Thank you. Whoa. That sentence went on so much that even in my mind I was losing my breath. I think. Oh, I did. Well, I was losing letters there too. Not just my breath, I lost letters. Okay. Now, what else can we say? Okay, what are we going to use? Okay. Now, can we get away from using little words like get?
No.
Can we make it a little more exciting than get? Bought. She bought what? 12 dozen? 2 dozen. She bought,
That's 12 times 12.
she bought 2 dozen dinner rolls. Good. All right. Hope you're writing. She bought 2 dozen dinner rolls. Good. Okay. A little harder than it should be, folks. Do we have enough information yet that we can ask the question?
Yes.
We do?
Yeah.
Okay, then what's our question? What
How much did the dinner rolls cost?
What's our question? What's our question? Ezra, what's our question? Let me ask you this, Ezra. What is our unknown?
Oh.
So what should our question be?
How much dollars are spent on the demo?
How much money is spent on the dinner rolls? Will that question match what we wrote about here? Yes or no?
I can say yes.
Is that a logical question to ask after we wrote that story?
Yes. Oh. Yeah, wait.
Okay, let's read our story. Nancy went to Bucko's Bread Box and saw a sign that said 12 rolls for $1.50. She bought 2 dozen dinner rolls. Is it logical now to ask the question, how much money did she spend on dinner rolls?
Yeah. Yes.
Is that logical to ask now? Yeah. Is that what we're looking for here? Yes. So do the two match up? Yes. So can we ask that question? Yes.
How much money?
Then, how much money did she spend on dinner rolls, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it worth 11 points yet?
No.
Why not? Adam, why not? Okay. Do we have words that we can circle?
We need to make some this.
We have nothing, huh?
No.
No.
That is
All right. Can we easily put in some words? Where? Eduardo, what do you want to put in? How much total money did she spend on dinner rolls? Right here? Right here? we're recording. Oh my goodness. Give me a fair warning when somebody sneaks up on me, will you? How much total money did you spend on dinner rolls? Would that work? Okay, you have some better idea?
How much money did she spend in all?
How much money did she spend in all?
Oh, I never.
On dinner rolls? Okay, we could put an in all in there instead. Those would be two options. One or the other, not both.
Yeah. In all.
Okay. Okay, one or the other, okay. How much money did she spend in all on dinner rolls? I probably like that one better. I prefer that she not been speaking up on me, is what I really prefer. Woo. What else can we put in?
What was the sentence again? The question?
What?
What was the question?
We can get two more words in. What? I can't hear you. She bought a total of.
Yeah.
She bought a total of. Oh my God. A total of 2 dozen dinner rolls?
Yeah.
Okay. And I really think that's about all we can get in from that. Okay? Because in this word list, there was nothing about anything from the signage. So because there was nothing from the sign, I would let you circle the fact that you used dinner rolls, okay? Okay? Yes.
What is that?
A total of right here.
No,
This,
yeah.
in all. Okay? All right?
And then what other words?
How much money did you spend in all on dinner rolls? Okay? All right?
We can record.
This is Alan. I think he's scared us a lot.
My whole heart was about to pound out of my chest.
I almost hit my head on. You should have seen something like that. I hit my seat and I banged my head. I was like that. Putting your head over here. I was
Yes. This, she bought a total of a dozen dinner rolls. Okay, questions? All right, yes, ma'am.
On the back, you can do the distance one.
Just a minute, we'll get to that. Any questions on this? Okay, now let's look at the one you have to do. Okay, so this one, you're going to need, let me get mine. You're going to need 3 words, okay? One of them can come from the sign. One off of the sign, right? Okay? You may add one onto here that you might think is doable that we'd use for division. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or 2 if you think 1 or 2 onto this list. that make sense? If you think there's better words to use for division, does that make sense?
Besides, there are other ways.
Yeah, no, there is, there are otherwise, none of that, that's old news. Okay? You're making up a division problem where the answer is 25 cents. Okay? Which, we just keep upping the ante a little bit on these problems, right? Okay? So, in essence, your three words, you might be making all three of them of yourself, although one of them is coming from here, right? Does that make sense? What are some words that we might use for division?
Equal groups.
Okay, there's equal groups. What else? Yeah, we probably won't say quotient though. You know, in a story problem, we don't really say, hey, what's the quotient? That's not really. Okay. Probably not if we're dividing. What are we going to say? Ezra. Division, what do we say? We don't want a question. What are some key words when we want to divide? Not how many left, that's subtraction. In each. Per. Remember? Divided by. Those kinds of words. So write those down as some possibilities. Some of you are sitting there doing nothing. Write those down as some possibilities. Yes?
Is that a calculator number?
What does it say on your paper?
$45.
What?
Look again. Look on your paper. What does it say?
$75.
It's 25 cents. There's a decimal point in front of the 2. 25 cents. Okay? All right? Questions? Anybody? All right, yes. How would you make a division problem? All right, if you're having trouble, how would you make a division problem? Remember, a division problem. How would you make a division problem if you had a multiplication problem like that?
We could switch the 10 and the 2 around.
And we could say,
2 divided by 5 equals 2.
what's another division problem we can make?
10 divided by 2 equals 5.
Does that help you? So, if you can do a multiplication problem, you can do the reverse to make it division, all right? So see if that helps you, okay? Any other questions? All right, when is this due? Friday. If you need to make a note to yourself, know there ours is, them, was, and words, make that note. If you need to make the note too, circle your words, make that note. But by this time in our little math career here, I would hope we don't have to keep making those notes to ourselves. Questions? All right. The assessment is next then. Those of you who are online, I'll get you your assessment here in just a minute. You'll need to hang on.